Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to welcome you to another episode of Masters of CX today. And today we have two very special guests with us, both from Dryrobe team, Yvonne and Sophie.
Sure. I'm Ivan Kokuti. I'm head of ecom at Dryrobe.
And I'm Sophie Hawkins, and I'm Ecom Manager at Dryrobe.
Amazing. So, Yvonne and Sophie, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you. Very excited to have this conversation. And to begin with, I will kick off with you, Yvonne. And, when you started evaluating an on-site AI, what was your core requirement? Like, what did you want the experience to do that you basically didn't find a conventional chatbot or a static size guide that couldn't do for you?
Sure. Well, we wanted AI experience for the customer that was like talking to an actual employee to feel that human connection. So it wasn't just your static response that you get from a different kind of out of the box chatbot that would just refer a customer to a guide that's already accessible through the PDP, like a size guide. Needed that extra level of communication, and that's what we get from Alhina.
So, Sophie, help us understand, and actually, even before we go into Alhina, and by the way, this is a question I should have asked earlier, is give us a brief about Dryrobe. What do the customers come to Dryrobe for? Tell us about Dryrobe first.
Okay, Dryrobe is the first original changing robe. So our founder, Gideon Bright, he come up with the idea himself from his mum fashioning a towel into a coat for him after he went surfing on the beach to keep him covered up and warm so he could get changed on the beach. He saw a product in that, and that's where the Dryrobe was born. And yeah, we were the first to start the category of changing robes.
Nice.
And yeah, it's really exploded now. There's quite a lot on the market, and yeah, that's what Dryrobe is. We've got a bigger range now, so we've got more variations of the changing robe and some other categories that we've moved into.
Yeah, amazing. And Yvonne, when we were talking first, I remember you talked about the importance of size and helping people choose the size as they are going through, choose the right product and size. It's like more nuanced than buying let's say a coat. What makes that a priority for
Well, like Sophie said, our product was designed to get changed in, so it has extra room that's bigger than a fitted coat or a fitted jacket. So that's the biggest customer confusion that we get. So customers look at it looks like a coat, and they want to wear it as a coat, but the size is designed for that purpose. So it helps the customer to feel more confident when buying, knowing that the size that they're buying is correct, because it wouldn't be their normal size that they would normally choose when buying a coat.
Got it. Yeah. Absolutely. And you already talked about how are you evaluating an on-site AI? What are the things you would need? And so how did you converse in the sense that how did you make that evaluation of what tool do you need? What was the evaluation process like when you went to find an AI solution for Dryrobe that meets the need of these needs?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there are other options on the market, and we did look at different alternatives. We had one that was part of our current help desk. What we were finding was it took a lot of manual interactions with the chatbot so it would learn. We needed an AI chatbot that would learn and be able to learn as our site grew and as our product range grew. And that's what I found with Alhina. It just learned straight out of the box, call the website and it knows your product. And then, I mean, we can tweak and enhance and grow, but initially most of the legwork was done straight out of the box.
Yeah, it's really great how you can just click a button and it will crawl your website and learn everything about your products, and you don't need to do anything else. It's so quick and easy.
Yeah. And Sophie, at your end, like what was the process to basically onboard to Alhina? Like how did you, like Dryrobe has such a like specialized knowledge of how to answer users' questions, and particular kind of questions need particular answers. Like how did you onboard rest of your team to this and to the tool?
Yeah, so we worked really closely with our customer service team, and we wanted our responses to sound just like a Dryrobe employee. So we used their natural language responses and trained Alhina that way to really feel like you were talking to someone that worked at Dryrobe. Yeah, I mean, looking at the conversations, it really does feel like a human touch.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And that's what we intend to. Like, where do you think, Sophie, still with you, where does Alhina add the most value during the shopping journey of a customer? And when do you think the person, like when are the actual human agents taking over from Alhina?
Yeah, so as we mentioned, for us, it is size, which is the biggest pain point for us. And that is initially why we looked at Alhina, because the customer, they will be wondering what size to get. They'll contact customer service and they'll have to wait for a response. But with Alhina, they're getting that immediate response about the size, which reduces the friction in the buying journey. And yeah, they're able to get that immediate response and be able to purchase there and then.
What had changed, like before and after, if you compare Alhina both qualitatively and quantitatively? How would you describe that?
Yeah,
If
sure.
you're comparing any numbers, that would be great.
Yeah, more than helpful. More than willing to share some numbers. Well, like Sophie said, from a size guidance, our biggest hurdle is customers returning due to size too big. Looking at the data in the last 3 months compared to last year, Alhina's helped cut a combined sizing returns of 30. This is huge.
Yeah.
And that's from people returning because it's too big. So that was our biggest return reason. So from a total level, it's for size too big. So it's 40% of our total returns. That's down from 27% down versus last year. So it's made a huge difference. I don't know if I got that well around, but yeah.
Those numbers are pretty big. But let me make first number you said is 36% reduction in the size related returns.
Yeah, size related altogether. So that's too big, too short, too wide. So it's 36% reduction in all size related queries. Sorry.
You did mention something came down from 42% to 27%.
Yeah, so that's the return reason being too big.
Okay, got it.
So we're that's a massive cost saving for us as a company. That was our biggest impact to revenue, was returns.
And I remember that was one of the main reasons why you were looking for an AI solution in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, also just to add, the amount of time having Alhina as a 24/7 chat assist has really reduced the amount of time that the customer service team are now answering questions that can be answered instantly with Alhina, size related, order related, returns related. And that has then allowed our customer service team to help with e-com, marketing, social. So we haven't needed to increase our recruit people within our different departments. We've been able to use the customer service team. So it's helped us.
So what I'm hearing, qualitatively, the team is doing different kind of work rather than answering repetitive queries at the moment. How does the team feel about like introduction of AI tool, like before and after? Was there typically some apprehension bringing in an AI when you're bringing in?
Yeah, there was definitely apprehension. It took us quite a long time to sort of explain what Alhina was and make sure people didn't think it was taking their jobs. But now, after Alhina has been installed, they're almost grateful that they don't have to answer those everyday mundane questions anymore, that they were getting the same questions about sizing all day. And now Alhina can handle those questions and they can focus on the more advanced questions and the ones that need a human touch and empathy, and they need to look into it, like orders or returns, those sort of questions.
Got it. Super helpful. Ivan, you were saying something on that note. Did you have anything to add?
Yeah, well, just the feedback I get from the customer service team now, they love using Alhina.
Okay.
And they actively enhance it as well. So if they go into the back end and they interact with it like it's part of their team software now.
Lovely. Could you also speak a little bit about, like, so we did talk about reduction in return sizes. One of the value props of Alhina is also to drive more revenue by increasing the conversion and sales. Have you seen any impact on that end?
It's difficult to say right now because this is our low season.
Yeah.
And sales do dip off during the summer months.
Uh-huh.
But we've got a new product coming out soon. And I think that's where we're going to see Alhina really step in and help with conversion, because that product is very different to what we currently sell.
Yeah. Amazing. And we did talk about like feedback. How does the team feels about it? Have you had any chance or any feedback from the actual customers using Alhina on Dryrobe and giving you feedback?
I mean,
more for Sophie than, yeah.
I mean, our reviews haven't dropped. We every week in the meetings when customer service are discussing our new reviews from customers, we were like apprehensive, but nothing's changed. It's almost like you couldn't tell that we've brought in Alhina from a reviews and rating point of view. And yeah, it's been quite smooth, I'd say.
I'd say to add to that, the business as a whole was always had high review rate and review response rate. So bringing in AI was a worry to some people in the business, but like Sophie said, it's been seamless.
Yeah, like with such a high review rates, the success is not letting the reviews drop. Yeah,
and also I think the customers are actually grateful to be able to have their questions answered quickly, and it removes the friction for them that they experience.
We have noticed it in the US, so we use it across the US market and the EU market, where our time frame, we're a UK based company, and our operational hours are outside the US wake hours. So that has been very useful for the US customer.
Lovely. Yeah, exactly. And with a small team, that allows you to scale more seamlessly across different time zones. Now, looking back, it's been a few months since Alhina has been deployed. Like, what have been some of the things that took more iteration than expected? What would you change about the way you went about it? The deployment, would you start earlier? Would you change anything about the whole process?
I think one of the things that I would have liked to include earlier on is adding Alhina button to our size guides. So we had the chat on the pop-up, but having that point of contact with the customer whilst they're trying to work out sizing was a bit of a game changer for us, and we didn't really launch that until like 2 months in. So I feel like I should have started with that.
And this is the product FAQ you're pointing to?
It's the when the customer goes to the size guide on PDP, it pops up, and we have a Alhina link in the speak to virtual assistant from there.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, that's actually one of the ideas that behind embeddables, which is to make it available contextually when the users are in that moment and they're looking for. And that was like great to you, Ivan. That was one of your ideas, and so we built it. So thank you for sharing, and that's what helps us. Yeah. Any lessons? So a lot of our listeners are also e-commerce managers and executives looking to deploy. And so they're looking for advice and lessons on like, what have you learned? What would you like to share that someone who is going through the journey that you did like 3 months ago would benefit from? And we'll come to both of you one by one. Whoever wants to go first.
I mean, I would say working out UX placement and intent logic right from the start, and having a plan of action from day one or before launch would be my recommendation.
Tell me more. Like, give me some more color. Like, what do you mean by having a plan of action
Like,
and logic?
well, I think when we got it, we were just excited about getting it on the website and getting it working and having that chat box interaction that was open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But in hindsight, if we'd seen that the real benefit from it would have been sizing help, adding it to the size guide, having the virtual try on and the pop-up quiz, and having a bit more of a plan beforehand. We were just too excited to get it live, I think.
Yeah.
I think, and then like feeding the guidelines straight away, because we sort of learned as we went. So I guess it's not a bad thing, but yeah, maybe if we knew straight away what we wanted to get out of Alhina, we could have done that from day one, but we sort of just learned as we went and guided it to say, respond to the questions how we wanted it to.
I think because our current position before Alhina was in such a bad way that we needed a quick fix.
Immediate,
yeah. And that's where we maybe rushed a little bit.
I think when you started, you're still ahead of many like peers who are still lagging behind on AI adoption. And the thing with AI is like, once you take the step forward, that's what I see constantly. Is like, you just need to take the step forward and you will learn and like iterate from there. What you need is like a strong platform that can meet like as you evolve, because you need to start with crawl and then you start running later. So you cannot start running immediately.
Yeah. No,
and probably to bring that like everyone along with the journey as well, because AI is obviously quite scary. It's new. So yeah, I think if we brought people along on the journey to be at the first touch point, then it would have been quicker for everyone to understand.
Got it. Yeah. So what I'm hearing is maybe like before the onboarding, be more thoughtful about like what you want, and then have that because with Dryrobe we were like, okay, let's go live. That was the attitude, which I like. I personally, that suits my style. Like just go and learn on the go. But I understand. Sophie, do you want to add any implementation lessons for people listening who might benefit from, who are maybe deploying an AI and like right now wondering how to go about implementing?
For me, I found the real value in reading the customer conversations, and through that I can sort of see what's missing, and then I can add it to where it needs to be on the website. So if someone's asking a question and it's not, and Alhina is unable to answer it, it shines a spotlight on what I need to add to the website so that I can crawl the website and then it can learn and then it can answer those questions. So yeah, I find that part of it really helpful. I can learn about customer behavior from reading those conversations.
Lovely. Is there just as a bonus content, did you learn anything surprising from reading any of those customer conversations that you remember worth sharing?
I mean, obviously the sizing, because you could be a UK size 16 and be 5'4", and you would need to buy a small, which is really counterintuitive for customers because they would usually get like a large or an extra large. So it's funny to read the conversations and they're like, are you sure that I need a small? And Alhina's like, yeah, we're absolutely sure. We still advise a small. And that's just great to see that reassurance for the customer.
Amazing.
The other thing would be learning that people, like how many technical aspects that people want to learn about the product as well. That's quite interesting to realize how like the customer does really care about those specifications, and just being able to make them correct on the website is really great.
For me, reading the conversations in the EU, especially, and the US, where we're in a growth stage within those markets, the customer wanting to use it for the user case of wearing it as a coat, it has encouraged the whole business to look at that product and then hopefully offer that product to the customer in the short future.
Nice. Well, that's super, super nice to hear. And actually, that's one of the recommendations we do give to every customer is maybe spend a couple of hours every week just going through conversations, spot checking, and one, you learn a lot, and second, if there is anything missing, you can either tell us or go and tune the AI. So it works both ways. So it's not a complete set and forget. Treating it like a colleague helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing the story of yours and Dryrobe. I'm really excited to take it to the world. Thank you so much, and looking forward to what you launch next.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.